Hey everybody, welcome to a new Trust the Shooters patch notes video. I finally got it ready. Let's do this. I'm going to make patch notes not boring. I'm going to make them fun. Let's start off with the tweaks to Glaz scope will make it easier to know when a shot lands or misses. After shipping the new scope for Glaz in the Velvet Shell mid-season reinforcements, we noticed that the blood splatter visual effects were not working properly. I like the way that they got the in-game lore to match the outside of game realm of patch notes and glitches and stuff. And I think that's really cool. Everything else, it's nice, man. It's a nice little polish to the game that I like. This called into question whether hits would land on the player opponent or not, and then the community would blame everything from, you know, hit detection to connection to the scope. I was blaming the scope. I switched to iron sight. I was thinking maybe it's just the scope. No, it's everything apparently. I don't know. I mean, it still could be anything. We're not really sure. I will be doing tests on this, so stay tuned to the channel. I'm gonna do my thoughts on Glaz post patch and see if I notice any difference or not. They go on to say, we also have reduced the noise created by the thermal lens, which caused the yellow light to bleed from the edges of the character, which gave the player a false sense of where the opponent's body begins and ends. So essentially they didn't have the scope calibrated properly, and so now they're making it tighter. I really don't understand what that means. If it means what I think it means, that means that they just didn't polish it and they were lazy. That's what I think that means. As a result, the player will begin to able to see a much better when a hit lands and when it doesn't. So, and they reduce the noise of the edges of the highlighted enemy. By noise, I think they mean the color, but like the color, the noise. They're nerds, I guess. They use the word noise as. I think they're nerds. I think that might be what it is. They lowered the contrast of the teal tint of the lens. They lowered the contrast of the yellow highlight on opponents. I can't wait to cover this video. And they fixed the blood splatter effect not appearing on successful shots. So all this will be covered later. Stay tuned. They nerfed Montagne's hip fire on his revolver. They just felt like he was hip fire and no scoping nerds from across the map like a phase montage. So they nerfed his ass. So that's how that goes. So I'll be doing a video on that with my Montagne main. I'll ask him what he thinks and if he notices a difference. Next up is the Hibana pellet bug. This is just the status. This isn't an update. This is just an update to the status, but not a fix or a patch or anything. So they say we've been investigating the Hibana's gadget randomly not detonating for a long time. By long time, I think they mean pretty much since the release of the DLC operator. And once we found the resolution to this issue, we realized it was much more complicated than we expected. As always it is. After significant testing and tweaking, we decided that the only way to resolve the issue was to rebuild the back end of the design of Hibana's gadget. So pretty much they fucked up when they designed her. It was flawed, and they still released her as DLC. And because of that, now we're flawed every game we play with her. There's a chance that a flawed component of something they released for money is now not going to work. And so that seems like they sold us a faulty product, in my opinion. So I'm just saying that's a little sketchy right there. I mean, you know, I get it. It's hard making video games and stuff, but I'm just trying to say from a consumer standpoint, they sold us a DLC operator, they asked for money for it, and in return it was partially flawed from the core design. So just keep that in mind. But, oh yeah, and they plan on fixing this in Year 2, Season 2, so next DLC, so coming up, hopefully. Pretty much they have to make the character again. That's pretty much what they said. They also say that the gadget wasn't penetrating the top window on Pedo Tower on House, and so now it will. So maybe you can come up with some more creative and useful strategies for that, and that's going to be awesome. And the big one right here, what they're really focusing on, and they like updating and buffing operators and hitting them from creative angles. Like they gave IQ grenades, and they buffed her gadget a little bit, and they let it counter. Like they buff operators from all around, not just one thing, and I respect that. So what they did for Echo is they gave his yokai drone now disorients a player if it hits any part of the body, not just the head now. Okay, that's awesome. That's a massive buff. He's going to be a lot more reliable. And that was the big thing about Echo is you had to be really good with him in order to be good with him. And now they're lowering the skill level for him. And because he sucks so much, maybe that'll make him better. We'll have to wait and see. This guy, then it goes on. And then the second thing they do to him is the yokai's drone sonic burst now registers all body parts as a valid hit surface to trigger the disorientation effect on the opponent. We felt like it was really hard to hit the head, even more on consoles. Hey, shots fired at consoles. And so we're giving Echo players a lot more room for imprecise to trigger the effect. For imprecision to trigger the effect. Shots fired. Okay, so that's shots fired at console, and like I said, that just pretty much goes with exactly what I said. It had too high of a skill gap, and they said it too. So that's all that is. That's just a skill gap nerf. Let's be clear. That's not a design choice. They're like, it's just too hard of an operator. Fuck the console nerds. Okay, no, I'll do a video on my thoughts on Echo Buffed also. Here we go. And then they fixed two things with him. They fixed the crosshair to not display a suspectable target is being aimed at, so that's going to make him a lot more accurate. And give you more visual feedback that you are being accurate. And Yokai cannot disorient teammates during the preparation phase. Wait, that was fixed. That is awesome. So now you can start disorienting your teammates in the preparation phase. And I guess you can hit them in the toe now. So it's going to be a lot easier to troll your teammates while they're trying to put on rook pads. That might get a video also. Alright, moving on to the fixes. Everything I say here has been fixed. First off, the down but not out timer is not paused when a teammate is reviving a down player. If you played zombies from Call of Duty, you would know how to troll and Jew revive. That's when you constantly hold down X, and it would pause their timer and pretty much just prolong their agony. And this, they had it so that you couldn't prolong agony, and so now you can troll twice as hard in Rainbow Six Siege. Not sure if I like this update or not. I'm not really sure. Shield operators were utilizing an ancient technique to reload their pistols instantly. The knowledge has, for the most part, been forgotten now. So apparently you were able to reload your pistol instantly. I don't know this glitch. Must have been a PC MLG Pro hacker glitch. I didn't know about that, but as a poor man's blitz main, that would have been nice to know. That would have been nice if my fellow shield operators would have given me that knowledge that I could have used to thrive as to be a better blitz main, but no one told me any of this, so fuck you shield operators that didn't tell me this lost knowledge, and now the knowledge is lost again. Shit. Okay, this is alright, reloading does not always properly reload the weapon, even if animation plays. Bandit's April Fool's joke of replacing some magazines with empty ones was not received well by Rainbow Six Actual. I'm working in a little cleverness to explain how there was a glitch, and they fixed it, and they found a way to... I give nothing but respect for the community manager in this post. It was entertaining reading it, and for someone who respects patch notes, can we all give a big round of applause for Ubisoft? And I think it's Epi that made this. Barricades and reinforced walls are not properly displayed for all players. That's that glitch where you can see through walls because, you know, it was there, but it didn't show up on your screen, and you could see through walls and shit. So that's finally been fixed. Some players are able to exit and re-enter ADS with shields instantly. Shields are heavy, you can't flap them around. It's another way to put clever word, make it livelier in your patch notes. I respect that, thank you for doing that. And so basically some players are able to exploit it. I don't even, like, once again, shield operators, I didn't know any of this shit, man. Some players are able to achieve full ADS accuracy without fooling aim down sights, so that sounds more like... See, it says players are able to do it, so does that mean it's a player side thing? Like they're able to glitch it? See, the phrasing in this confuses me. It makes me think that. Shock drone. Now this is a big thing to Twitch. Though shock drones will kill... Okay, oh, okay, I get it now. Oh, so this is a nerf. Oh, I had this happen to me. Fuck, I had this happen to me. Okay, so shock drone will kill players that are using Rook's armor plates as opposed to downing them. I had this happen to me. I had 7 health left. I had the Rook pad on. She zapped me. I die. I'm like, what the fuck? I had this happen. Yeah, fuck Twitch, man. This glitch ass bullshit. So I'm so glad they fixed that. The shock drone will make no sound effect when destroyed. They fixed that glitch. So now when you destroy it, it'll make a sound effect. So maybe I do a video on what the sound sounds like. I don't know. Twitch does not have any audio barks when in her legendary uniform. So now she will. So that'll be interesting to see what audio barks they gave her. So I don't know. Or they're just going to give her the default barks. So we'll see. They also use the word barks instead of callouts, by the way, or communication. So Mute's MP5K iron sights are missing the glow on the front of the sight post. So now I might equip it and do a fucking video on the sight post, really? I don't know about that. But maybe I probably will. I'll test it out to see if the sights look cool, because I played Battlefield 3 and I really liked iron sights in that game, and I miss iron sights because iron sights are cool. And so I respect games that make iron sights good and give you another option for sights. If you do iron sights properly, they are a valuable resource because it's less zoom on your scope. You get more peripheral view. If you do it right, iron sights are good. I'm just saying. They're a valid option. Fuse's gloves will now match his uniforms. He confirmed that he will not be forgetting items from his packing list again. Once again, putting jokes and lore into the patch notes. And so, if you care about cosmetics, there you go. Weapons become invisible after quickly activating and deactivating the hunter vision repeatedly for Jackal. I did not know he had Halo's invisibility. No one told me this again, but that's funny as shit. And finally, last of all, the biggest patch note that matters, IQ had the wrong nail polish on in third-person view. So IQ has officially polished her nails properly in first-person and third-person views. So maybe why couldn't they just said that she's wearing that nail polish that you look at different angles and it shows up different colors? All you had to do was say that, man. You could have. I don't know. Maybe that's too much. So I'm surprised they didn't make a joke about her nail polish. I don't know. So somewhere someone noticed, and somewhere someone had to go back in coding and change the color of her nail polish. So props to the guys that had to do that, because that must have been a fun day of work. What are you doing today? I painted some nails. God damn it, man. And just like that, we're going to end the video. Subscribe to the channel. Like in the like section. Dildo in the dildo section. Comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on the patch notes. Anything you want me to cover. And any ideas for future videos. Because I was like, no, I'm joking. Thanks for watching, though. Give me all of your secrets.